Today, we're going to talk about the power of a holy life, authority, dominion, and victory through holiness. In part one, we established that holiness is position, not performance. In part two, we saw the spirit of holiness is actively transforming us within. Now, holiness is not just identity, holiness releases power. A holy life is a powerful life because it is fully yielded to God's presence, authority, and nature. Holiness and power are connected. If we look at Romans chapter 1, verse 4, it says, Jesus was declared the Son of God with power according to the Spirit of holiness. Power flows through purity of alignment. Jesus did not operate in power randomly. He operated in power because he was fully aligned with the Father. He walked in perfect holiness. The more your life aligns with God, the more his power flows through you. Holiness is not weakness. Holiness is spiritual strength. Let's look at Luke chapter 10 and verse 19. Turning over there real quick. And it says, Behold, I have given you authority to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing will injure you. Here's the key. Authority is not just given, it must be walked in through alignment. Let's look at this illustration of a police officer that has authority. His authority only functions when he's in uniform and he's under the law he represents. Your authority flows when your life is aligned with God's nature. Holiness positions you under God's authority, which releases authority through you. Let's look at Ephesians chapter 4, verse 27. And it says, And do not give the devil an opportunity. Give him no place in your life. Holiness silences the enemy. The enemy looks for open doors, compromise, and agreement with the flesh. But holiness does something powerful. It closes doors. The evil one does not touch him. Why? Because holiness creates separation, protection, and authority. Holiness is not about restriction. It is about protection and dominion. The power of a clean conscience. Let's look at it, Hebrews chapter 10, verse 22. And it says, Let us draw near with a sincere heart and full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled clean from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water. A clean conscience produces boldness, confidence before God, and clarity in hearing his voice. Let's look at 1 John chapter 3, and let's read 21 and 22. Beloved, if our hearts does not condemn us, we have confidence before God. And whatever we ask, we receive from him because we keep his commandments and do the things that are pleasing in his sight. Many lack power not because God withheld it, but because condemnation has weakened their confidence. Holiness removes condemnation and releases boldness before God. In Matthew 5:8, it says, Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Holiness and intimacy together. Purity increases spiritual vision, sensitivity to the Spirit, and intimacy with God. Holiness is not distance from God. Holiness is nearness to God. The closer you walk with God, the more of his power flows through your life. In Galatians 5:22-23, it talks about the fruit of the Spirit, and holiness produces spiritual fruit. It's love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. This is not self-effort. This is evidence of a yielded life. Holiness is not just what you avoid. It is what God produces in you. Holiness brings victory. In Romans 6, verse 14, it talks about sin shall not have dominion over you. Why? Because you are no longer under sin and under the flesh. You are under grace, the Spirit, and a new nature. Victory is not achieved. Victory flows from identity. A practical walk in power. How do we walk in the power of a holy life? Number one, you stay yielded to the Spirit. Daily surrender. Next, you guard your inputs. What you allow in affects what comes out. Third, you walk in obedience. Immediate obedience strengthens authority. And fourth, live from identity. You already are set apart. Holiness is not legalism, restriction, or pressure. Holiness is alignment, authority, power, and intimacy. A holy life is not a limited life. It is a power-filled life. Let's look at 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 21. It says, "Therefore, if anyone cleanses himself from these things, he will be a vessel of honor, sanctified, useful to the master, prepared for every good work." Holiness is not you trying to live better. It is you yielding to God until His power flows freely through your life. If you want more of God's power, don't chase power, yield to His holiness, because where holiness is, power will flow.